Hey there, it's Erica Torres Duziak, and I thought it's been a while since I did an update. And so I wanted to give an update today as we're kind of getting close to the end of 2019, as we're looking into the next year. I've had time to reflect on this year and the learning and the blessings from it, as well as look into what I want to experience next year. And I've gotten some messages through YouTube and other social media kind of asking me for an update. And I thought that this was a great time to do so. So what I want to do in this short video is share with you two things that I didn't really think about and anticipate feeling or experiencing through this journey or this process, and then give you an update on where things are, my progress, and what I'm hoping to experience next year. And my hope is that sharing this will maybe give you some ideas or get you thinking about where things are for you now, but also really where you want to take them in the future. So here, let me start with the two things I didn't anticipate. So the one is, and just to give you a quick recap, I had breast explant surgery in May of 2018. So it'll be 2 years in next year. It's pretty crazy, but I'm not jumping ahead. I'm in the now. So around a year and a half. And then it's been since September of 2018. So over a year now as well with my fat transfer surgery. And knowing that it's been well over a year and a half for my breast explant, I would have assumed that my scars where they took my implants out would have been maybe not, all the way healed, but would be just a non-thought. And that is not the case. I sometimes get these weird like pains. So bras are a problem. They're an issue. There are some bras that are more comfortable than others, and I do like to wear bras that give some form and structure, and that's probably part of my issue. But I do put on I believe it's the bio oil every day on the scars, rub those in, but there's some pain. I still have some pain in those scar areas, and I guess I just hadn't heard of that or thought that would be an issue. So not a huge thing, but something to think about. The scars are still they're pretty scary looking. Even the scars with the fat transfer, I've had people ask me about that. And in some of the areas that they took out the fat, they're pretty dark. And luckily they're not in areas that I'm showing on a daily basis, but they're there. And of course, the areas with my arm that I had shared in some of my previous videos, that all stayed the same. So the lumps and just the texture and the way it looks hasn't changed at all. So I appreciate all of the ideas, and I've done some of those. And right now I'm just not really focused on it. The one idea I thought was really cool that somebody shared in one of my YouTube videos was the red light therapy. So if you've tried that, what I thought was really interesting after doing some research on it was that it supposedly helps to boost the immune system. So people who have autoimmune conditions are benefiting from this red light therapy. I don't know. I found one company, it looked like it was somewhat pricey because the one that was, I guess, big enough to stand in front of it and get some benefit was about 2,000. So I thought that was interesting. It looked like it helped with autoimmune. It also looked like it reduced fat. I don't really know how it works, but if you're interested, that's something you could check out. So I haven't purchased that or tried that yet, but I thought that was a pretty cool idea. So that was the first thing. The second thing is more on an emotional level, and that is my partner and their reaction, I guess, to all of this. So they were somebody who never really wanted me to get the implants in the first place, and then I had them for 17 years, and then we kind of just get used to them, right? They were part of me. They didn't feel like this external thing anymore. They felt like they were me. And it was interesting because I seem to have gotten used to the the difference or the new me much quicker than my partner did, which I did not anticipate because they seemed to be all on board and completely supportive. And for whatever reason, I don't know if they're still in a little bit of shock. Again, it's been some time, but it's not a subject that we talk about, and it's just different. I don't want to get too explicit, but it's different. They do not seem to feel the same way, if you get what I'm saying. And I guess that's to be expected when somebody is different. But it's just the interesting thing for me is how it was really difficult for me in the beginning. And then once I got to a place of acceptance and even contentment and even appreciation, I even got to a place where, I mean, I can look in the mirror and I'm happy and know that the other person is, they don't focus on it, but it's just, they're not used to it. Was a little unsettling, I guess, for me. And I didn't think about that. And so I don't really know what you can do with that. I don't know if a conversation prior is helpful, but I think what's most important, what I've learned is that it really matters what I care when I think about myself more than what other people think about or care about in relation to me and my body, because ultimately that's what's most important. I have to accept myself and be good with where I'm at. So I just thought that was interesting and wasn't expecting that. So those were kind of the two things that I wanted to share. And then moving into where things are, I'm going to speak more to the health journey piece of it. I would have expected that I would have been further along, but I also recognize that there is truth in what we call living in the gap, which is when we're so focused on the ideal, the goal, where we thought we'd be in relation to where we are, we can get caught up in feeling sad and angry and frustrated. And sometimes that is where my mindset goes. So it's important for me to collect it back and look at the progress. So some cool things is I have been really enjoying my daily meditations. I do meditations. I follow Joe Dispenza, neuroscientist, love him. And I do believe that in some of my meditations, I've had some experiences of healing. I felt it. I can't explain the feeling, but I could just say that my whole body just elevated to a whole different vibration. And for whatever, I am now able to eat cheese. That really excites me because dairy has been a food that I haven't been able to consume for over 6 years without an issue. So I'm not saying all kinds of dairy, but cheese I've been able to tolerate, and that's been really exciting and freeing that I've been able to add another food group. I've also done some healing with my gut, and I feel like I've overcome SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. I can't really say how I've done so many different things in addition to my Joe meditations, but that has also been really helpful. I'm not going to say my gut is currently at 100%, but I've had some strides. And so I'm excited about that. I've been able to integrate garlic and other FODMAP foods that I wasn't able to for a while. So I'm getting way too into the specifics. So I'm going to pull back and just say that I've had some healing and progress in my gut. Yesterday, I felt like I really wanted to go do a run, and I haven't ran in, I don't know, it's been over a year, because the reason I did the breast explant, I'm going to tell you the two big reasons. And I hope if I go back and watch my first one, this is in alignment, but it really was my gut and my adrenals. So being able to run again and exercise was really one of the biggest driving forces to taking out my implants, because to me, who cared what I look like if I couldn't enjoy health and life and be active and all the things that I felt made up my identity in the past, and then all of the gut stuff and reacting to everything. And so what I'll tell you is I ran yesterday and I definitely experienced a crash last night. What I will say is normally my crash in the past has lasted for weeks, sometimes months, and I feel okay today. I don't feel as awful as I did yesterday after that run, but boy, did that run feel great. I will say it felt so good and freeing to do that. I just experienced the aftermath last evening. So I think what that means is that my recovery is better because I feel okay today, and I'm not going to go running today, but I feel like maybe instead of running the mile and a half that I did yesterday after it's been so long, I could have maybe took a little bit a smaller of a baby step. But I felt discouraged, but also then a little bit hopeful because I repaired a little bit faster than in the past. So am I all the way back to where I want to be? No. And it's important for me to look at how I have progressed. And so there is this thought that sometimes comes up for me, and I'm just going to share it with you because some of you are watching this and you're considering getting an explant. And I'm going to just tell you, there's the thought that says, you know what? When I got my breast implants taken out in May of 2018, I couldn't really exercise and I didn't have the best gut health. And today, I still can't really exercise, and there are still foods I react to and I'm not 100%. So progress, yes, just not the kind of progress that I thought. So the thought comes, I wonder if I could have improved my gut a little bit more with my implants and not gone through such an extreme course of events, to surgeries, antibiotics, all of that. And maybe went into the thought space of improving my health as best as I could before reacting and kind of getting on the train of, oh, implants are horrible and take them out. I don't know. I'm just being really upfront and real and honest with you. And I wonder, because I don't know if a year from now I'll be in the same boat or not. But I do believe that our thoughts are really important in where our health chooses to go. So I just wonder if I cleaned up more of my thoughts in the past before I took out my implants, if that would have made a difference. But I guess that's all wasted energy because they're out. And what I can do the best for myself is to look at where I am now and where I want to be. So that takes me into 2020. And so what I do in my meditations and visualizations daily is I see myself running and being active and loving and appreciating my body and all that it does for me every day. So I'm going to continue to do that. But I thought it was important to share not only the progress, but sometimes where my mind falls into the gap, because I'm human and we all do that. And if this helps you in any way, love for you to share a comment and let me know if it did. And if you have any questions, happy to answer. And wishing all of you an amazing rest of your year. And let's have a bang up 2020, shall we? All right, until next time.